What should have been a continuation of Christmas cheer quickly turned into a high-stakes holiday for Opposition Leader Jamale Pringle, who was summoned to police headquarters on Boxing Day to answer questions about the arson of APUA materials at Morris Bay. At exactly 10 o'clock this morning, Pringle, the MP for All Saints East and St. Luke, arrived accompanied by his attorney, King's Counsel Hendrickson Kenny Kentish, to answer to investigators probing the deliberate burning of APUA pipes and materials connected to a major subsea cable project. The arson incident took place just one day after the DCA dismantled Pringle's tent in the same area, a sequence of events that has fueled political controversy. This led Prime Minister Gaston Brown to question whether the destruction of the APUA property was retaliatory and whether Pringle had encouraged supporters to lash out.
Now, based on the threats that were made by Pringle, the fact that there was a fire subsequently, Pringle ought to take responsibility for that. If he did not burn those things himself or cause them to be burnt, he would have incited others to do so. And I'm not instructing the police, but I'm surprised that he has not been called in. And I want to say to law enforcement to, people like Pringle and Kublai and so on, you give them a mile, they're going to take a mile. You give them 1 mile, they're probably going to take several square miles. So make sure that you deal with these people who are trying to plunge this country into chaos and confusion. They've done it before.
Police have not indicated that Pringle is a suspect, but called him in for questioning. The inquiry has become highly charged, with the UPP warning against what they describe as political intimidation. Pringle himself has insisted that the investigation is a calculated effort to shame the opposition and silence his advocacy. Pringle remained defiant before entering the building, calling the matter unfortunate and vowing that he will not be silenced.
The whole notion of me answering questions regarding a situation that I know nothing about was based on the instructions of Prime Minister Gaston Brown. It's quite unfortunate that in our democracy we're seeing such abuse of power.
After roughly an hour and a half of questioning, Pringle was released without any charges. Speaking to supporters gathered outside the police headquarters, he said the line of questioning left him with the clear impression that the inquiries were driven directly from the office of the Prime Minister.
Based on the questions that were asked, I'm even more convinced that they're acting on the instruction of the Prime Minister. And it is a sad day in Antigua and Barbuda. And it's a sad day for justice in Antigua and Barbuda, when the Prime Minister can instruct the peacemakers, which should be the police, people who should be keeping the peace, to interrogate persons because of their political views.
Yes.
But I want to send a clear message to Gaston. That's it. This will not intimidate me. This will only strengthen my.
Pringle's questioning and release without charge has not resolved the underlying uncertainty surrounding the Morris Bay incident. Instead, it has opened a wider conversation about accountability on all fronts. While the opposition insists the investigation is a politically charged attempt to tarnish its leader, supporters of the government argue that no one, including elected officials, is above scrutiny when vital public resources are destroyed. For many looking on, the dilemma is clear. Is Pringle being unfairly targeted for political reasons, or simply being asked to answer tough questions about a serious act of vandalism? Until the facts are fully established, that debate will continue. What happened on Boxing Day may ultimately reveal more than who lit the fire at Morris Bay. It will show how willing Antigua and Barbuda is to demand truth from its leaders, regardless of the colors they wear, and whether justice in the nation can be both independent and trusted. As investigators push forward, the public remains caught between competing narratives, waiting to see whether this case flames out or sparks something much bigger. This has been a production of Antigua.news. I am Charmaine Big Charles.